dialogue is so toxic that people just are tuning out. So now, if you can say, "Hey, well, look at this, what's going on," and then people look at it, that's a whole other approach to bringing everyone in. But the way it's going to happen, you're going to have to have an understanding all the way through the whole system. I want to say that a lot of the 5D people that I speak to, and maybe those are two people, but representing, you know who I mean. I kind of bank towards the left in general. Myself, I banked sort of towards the left. Both parties have sort of disqualified themselves in some ways from representing anybody, I would say. But the left especially made it really spooky to have idealistic and utopian views and end up with all that. It's like, oh my God, please leave us alone over there. All right, I don't want to get too. Well, my point is, they speak of oneness and understanding. Yeah, there's a bigger disconnect on the left. The right, at least, doesn't pretend. They're saying, look, we got to take care of our family. If we can pull this off, and then we can take care of our business. If we can pull that off, then we can get to a place where we can maybe have a community that we can work with. The spirit's too big, isn't it? And that's what I'm trying to say to them. It's like, you got to take it to the next level where you're including people that want to make it good with the environment and the community. And that shouldn't be so hard to do to the right at this point, because otherwise you're going to lose half the population and they're already mistrusted. You know what I mean? I kind of like the way that Trump alienates so many people, because he's doing some good things and yet he alienates everybody. So, yeah, you really can't make him a hero no matter what you believe in. He's got his flaws. And the fact that he owns him, give him credit for that. The fact that he came from the 70s, I'm from the 70s. I was very disciplined and didn't go into those toxic directions a lot of people did. But herb was healing, and I maintain that it is. If you do that right, it's a genuine staying grounded thing. So get past thinking he's the hero, and we're left back on our own. Yeah, but not pointing fingers, not pointing fingers. It's meant to happen on some crazy level. That comes from the Jehovahite side. From the Buddhite side, you want to know that you're grounded in your own truth, and then from the what I call it, materialite, we got to do this for real. Where are you going to work? You might want to either transform your business place or consider some of these new options. And can this be done incrementally? And we want to reach some venture capitalists. I'm saying the Intrepid Citizens Council. So that's the three people listening. I'm not trying to. I'm putting this on YouTube to get the transcripts. I don't want to necessarily go past anything like that beyond that. It's kind of nice that nobody's checking me there either. And now we have the transcripts, because I'd rather get something happening before we have anybody noticing in the social media, because that can get stupider than you want it to too fast. Nevertheless, the three people that are listening, what I'm looking for is actual connections. We're in the right now. It's focused. Focused. I'm losing. We need the directory of what's already in place that goes along with the idea of bringing it back to there's a million permaculture connections. There's a lot of that. AI could help you sort that out, and then localize the versions of that. Directories of things that you define community based properly. Then you get a directory of the community based, and you can maybe rate what's more community based, and then localize that, turn that into an app. That's one thing. But then targeted outreach, that's the word I was looking for. Targeted outreach, maybe to all those people first. You say, what we're trying to do here, everybody's understandably in the context of having to stay afloat in a for-profit economy, if you want to say it that way. But we want to have a dialogue that gets beyond that. And that's what the Neighborhood Party Unlimited is, just so, because it's by definition, you can't put it in a box, so it's not going to be official. And it's not going to threaten anybody's official power. It's strictly a place of fantasy. To further that fantasy, that's what we do on the art planets. Yeah, Mike, well, I'm from the art planets. Just I drop by, see what's going on. It looks pretty toxic here. Here's what we tell the feds from Galactic. We're the Neighborhood Party Unlimited. What does that mean? It's like, yeah, don't know. Each neighborhood is cool. And we try to stay cool between each other. But it's a way to talk to each other. You could be the neighborhood of one weird little company. And I'm being serious, because we got to get serious. But So if you're actually hearing this or listening, and at some point, but we're going to share what it takes to do this locally in a place